I just wanted to introduce you guys to the work we've been doing for drilling automation in Fusion 360. So what I'm going to show you today is what we're calling the MVP. So first thing that you should know is that, of course, it will live under the drilling dropdown. So we'll have in there Drill Wizard. This dialog is adjustable, so you can kind of do what you need to do in here. This little dialog is very powerful in helping you to kind of determine and sort what holes you actually want to work on. So what we've done is just recognized groups of holes kind of based on the hole signature. So you can see over in the preview here, we've got a group of holes here that looks like it's a counterbore drilled hole. So then the next thing that I should point out is that in the action, we'll provide a list of possible actions. So the first two in this drop down that you see today is are matched from some templates, predefined templates. So a counterboard bored through hole, which this could work as, or just a simple counterboard through hole. So I'm going to select that one. The other thing that's powerful about this dialog is that these columns are actually sortable. So I can go through and kind of sort by maybe the diameter, or, if I wanted to sort by the number of templates that match, I could do that as well. And so the other thing that's really powerful is that we're also showing the elevation and azimuth. So if I wanted to sort by my elevation and know that anything that's not along Z0 in this case, I want to ignore, I can do that here. Okay. So you'll notice that we do have a tool libraries page here. Currently, this is not actually operating, but it is there as a placeholder for the MVP. We do intend to include the ability to select a tool library, and that's the case because when we click OK on here, the drill wizard will match the action and select any tools from the appropriate tool library. And it will also go through and order the tools or order the operations based on the tool to minimize tool changes. So the other thing that I want to point out with the work that we've been doing is that you can set up your own templates, and actually these are really drilling templates or hole wizard type templates. So you can set up any number of operations that you want to predefine. Once those operations are set up, so maybe a spot drill, drill, and a counterbore, for example. In the right-click menu, there is an option now, or there will be an option to store as a whole template. So this is a little bit different than storing as a template, in that storing as a whole template actually saves the signature of the hole as well. So if we kind of look at these ones that we were looking at there, you can see that basically it's a counterboard through hole, right? So in the signature, it would actually store this as cylinder, flat, and then cylinder. So that's kind of how we reference or are able to then reuse those templates during the recognition process or the creation of the groupings of holes in the drill wizard. I'd also like to review our approach to the development of automation and hole making. So you can see here that essentially we've got three sort of phases, as it were. Phase 0 is already done. Basically what that did is recognize all of the cylinders on a model and create a single drilling operation for each one of the cylinders that was recognized, and also select an appropriate tool where it could. So the MVP does a lot more. Of course, we will allow you to store a whole template. We'll also allow for identification of similar groups of holes. We'll want to match the hole signature with a previously stored template. Obviously, we'll want to be able to apply some sort of action to those hole groups. So whether that be use a template that you select, or just simply ignore the hole, or create just a standard drilling operation on there. Provide the ability to select from a tool library so that when those operations are created, they are populated with tools with appropriate tools, and naturally the generation of the drilling operations that are dependent on kind of your selection of those actions. So beyond that, we want to be able to edit the hole signatures. We want to be able to split the holes. We want to be able to unmerge and then, if necessary, remerge hole groups that are found in that dialog. We want to be able to hide and or unhide ignored groups. So if a group is set to ignore, give you the option to hide it. We want to be able to include milling operations. We want to be more intelligent about intersecting holes and give you some options about what you can do there. Maybe you need to slow down the feed rate and the spindle speed. Maybe you just want to ignore them. Possibly, hopefully be able to do some automation around, the order of the operations or the order of the holes that are intersecting, that are being drilled. Include diameters and template signatures, and overall some better handling of kind of through holes, obstructed holes, and those interrupted holes.